Hello everyone, Holder here. Welcome to Zelda II, The Adventures of Link. I will be doing a walkthrough of this game here. I'll break it up into parts, probably do one palace per episode if things go well. So early episodes will probably be short, and later episodes will probably get longer. We're going to stay on this title screen here for a little bit as we wait for the opening scroll to show up for us.
After Ganon was destroyed, Emperor told Link a sleeping spell was cast on Princess Zelda. To awake only with the power of number 3 Triforce, sealed in the palace in Hyrule. Break the seal crystals must be placed in statues in 6 well-guarded palaces. Link set out on its most adventuresome quest yet.
Copyright 1987 Nintendo. And then from there it just wraps back around to here.
Now then.
Oh good. Because I didn't actually save, none of my data's on here. I actually tried to do this episode once before. And that just didn't capture the recording. From here you can go through and look at things. Test was my basically just making sure the game played. You can click on register your name. You can type in a name here if you want. And in elimination mode, just let you delete. Oh. That's like, alright, and from here,
Holder, go.
Alright, so this here is your main hub of the game. This is where you're going to spend, I don't want to say a lot of your time, but anytime you die or game over, you're going to come back here. So you're going to need to get yourself familiar with the locations. This is the overworld. As you move through here, you run into enemies. I believe these are Zools. I should probably actually figure that out. But based off my Zelda 1 playthrough, I assume they're the same blob enemies that you found in the caves. Perfect. This is just what I was hoping for. Alright, so as you can see, it's dark inside this cave. Oh. There's enemies in there. I don't want to fight them right now. But I need to get an item. Ow. Okay. These here, I believe, are moblins. This is the magic bottle. If I had magic to restore, that would work on filling it. Okay, you can, if you are good at this game, go through and actually... Oh no. Do some of these caves in the dark. I, however, will be trying to avoid doing so. I don't know. I can't remember what the spider enemies are called. Ow. What? This is more dangerous than I want it to be. I'm just gonna leave. So when you go to the overworld, you run into generally 2 different overworld sprites for enemies spawn. The small one being the Zools that just generally take you to the easier version of the encounter. And the moblins will take you to the more difficult version here. You can see when we defeat the enemies, numbers are coming off of them. Those are appearing in the top right corner there and adding up. That is our experience. As we gain more experience, we will go up on level and gain the ability to add points to our stats. Now Zelda II introduced towns to the world. And this is the town of Rudo. And a lot of names stem from... Oh, lady talk to me.
Oh, young man, you're a fellow.
Become influential and become characters. Please, let me help you. Come inside. In later games. I can restore your life. Right, so anytime you come to a town, you can talk to that lady, and she will give you, or she will restore your health. Come in here, and we can talk to this gentleman.
I am Error.
Right now that is not useful to us. But that man is well known for saying exactly that. Alright, good, you did come out. Uriah, Tentari stole our trophy.
Right.
I remember from our Zelda 1 playthrough that use keys in palaces. They are found in that garage for the boomerang throwing guys. You might also remember that keys were usable between all palaces. Do not go south without a candle. Alright. Just remember that cave I went into probably like a minute ago. That was a little dark.
I am much too busy to talk to a stranger.
Thank you. The candle will light that place up. So that lady gave us a quest. Should you go? Is this cave lit? This cave is not lit. We'll come back to that later then. Makes sense. I come over here because this is important. And then we got this P bag here. The P bag is just experience points. Right now we have 3 options between attack, magic, and life. Life will increase the amount of health that each one of those little bars on the top there contains. You can't specifically see how much is in there, but trust me, we gain slightly more HP. Whether or not it is substantial or not will be received later. So here's a boulder, I can't do anything with that. On this is... I'm assuming the town doesn't actually say Avaru. Hello? Return the crystal to the palace in Parappa. Hello? Sorry, I know nothing. Aw, that's not useful to me.
Let's talk to you. If all else fails, use fire.
That I have to assume is a hint for something later in the game. You're just gonna tell me to come inside and heal. For this I'm already at full health, but just in case I'm not. Only the hammer. And destroy a roadblock. Alright, so a roadblock is that big old rock I was talking about earlier on in the middle of the road. There we go. Hello. Talk with my father before you leave town. Alright. Now this is important. Each town has a wise man. Learn from him. It's the quest we got from the lady in the other town. That'll give us access to that town's wise man.
And Parappa Desert used this magic to survive.
And he gave us the magic of shield, which costs 32 magic. Also from the screen you can see there's a link ×2, that's how many more lives we have. Vicky's ×0, and the bottom thing is crystals ×6, which is how many more dungeons we need to defeat. Oh, right, I also forgot to talk about this. You have the ability to duck in this game. And your shield placement is actually important. So high will block high attacks, low will block low attacks. And any attacks the way you aren't blocking, you will take damage. Full HP, you get a sword beam. And you can jump and stab, and that's all we got for movement right now. You can go up inside it for these buildings openings. Get candle in Parappa Palace. Go west. Now, I'm assuming he's telling me what to do after I get the candle, and not that he's trying to tell me to go west to get to Parappa Palace. Because Parappa Palace here is clearly east on the map. Ow. Alright, I know that enemy's there, but you can see where the enemies are if you pay attention to the floor. Their sprite will overlap with where some of the tiles on the floor, and that'll just tell you where the enemies are. Ow. Can I jump and duck? Ow. Every now and then you'll find actual, I don't know, not map tiles, non-overworld tiles when going across the map, where you have to, it's generally just something simple like this, where it's jump over the gaps and try not to get hit by the bubbles, because the bubbles will knock you back into. Alright, well, let's defeat you first, ow. There we go. The pits, and if you fall down the pit, you will lose a life. That was a Goriah. We defeated him, as you saw. Because I hit him with my sword, he got stunned where he stood, and I was just able to continuously attack him. That works well if you're fighting one enemy that gets stun locked. If you're fighting multiple enemies, it doesn't work as well. And then not all enemies will get stunned for you to continue to attack them like that. And the other heart we picked up boosted our life bar by 1 whole square. I don't remember, did I run into one of the moblins on this tile set? I don't believe I did. But let's just make sure I run into one. No. Oh, let's make sure I run into one. Just show off what other enemies spawn in this location here. There we go. So this enemy can only be stabbed in the head. Alright, and you drop me another magic bottle. Probably actually show off how to use magic. Should probably actually use magic so we can show off the magic bottles at some point. Time is right now, and this symbol here, this is the dungeon. Square. I got these statues. Make sure you go up and try and
Give him a big old stab in the eye to just see.
if they got anything for you. We got these random guys that are just charging at us. They don't give us any XP. I have to assume that's just basically just stop me from standing here and leveling up a whole bunch. Alright, the enemies can jump down on you from above, so you're probably best to try and dodge them as much as you can. And here's a Stalfos. I don't think I'm likely to use the magic right now. I also want to show off the fact that we can just skip that level up for the time being if we want to. You don't have to pick whatever the next level up is. When it comes, you can save your XP for later. But if you were to game over before using up your XP, you just lose all of it. So game over right now, I would go back to the 0 XP and I would not have gained the ability to
Grab that level up.
So if you know you are about to die, or game over, it may be useful to just grab a level up that you don't particularly want, just to make sure that you, don't lose XP. So I mean, if you're gonna lose it anyway, you might as well spend it on the level up you're at. Now I would go down there, but as I just played through this on my failed recording, I don't wanna. Alright, I should still be fine. I believe I still have all of my lives, so I'll cancel and wait to get my attack up.
Alright, and then we got these guys here.
These I believe are bubbles. Saw one earlier and I just kinda ignored it because they take a ridiculous amount of stabs to defeat at this point in time in the game. As our attack goes up, they'll take less stabs to defeat.
But in order for attack to go up, we gotta get
more experience points.
oh my goodness.
They also take away some of your magic when they hit you. Which is why if you look at my magic, it is currently not full. That's because the level ran into earlier, it bumped into me. And not only did it take life, it took my magic away. Which isn't a super big deal right now. Currently worth 50. And that's probably not worth to do at this point in time. Because I can afford everything. I can't actually skip the level up, so we'll take the attack. Because doing damage is much more useful to us right now than being able to cast more spells. Alright. Just fairy over here, grabbing that'll restore us to full HP. I don't want it right now. Because you can only use it once per, I don't want to say playthrough, but I would have to game over in order to use it again, or I might have to leave the dungeon and come back. The first key. We're gonna keep going though. Ow. Ow. This is going very poorly. Alright. Alright. Enemies can sometimes drop P-bags as well. The value of the P-bag depends on what the experience amount the enemy is going to give. So like the 2 from that guy went up to 50. If I were to defeat this guy, I think... Ow. I believe he would drop a 200 P-bag. Which, you know, would be outrageous and incredibly lucky for me right now, because 200 experience points is... Ow. Quite a lot of experience at this point in time. No. I'm on the screen so I can show it. Start to get to your spell menu. Hit select on the overworld to get you. Just cast your spell. I currently have shield cast. It took up 2 bars worth of things. We can pick up this. And our magic is back to full. Alright. Now we backtrack to where we were. Because we need to... Oh, as you can see, the magic wore off. I caught up to him. If I just... No, okay. Something just disappear from the memory and I wouldn't have to fight him. Oh, I could go down. But I don't want to do that yet. I want to go back to the left. Ow. Let's see if I can't show off how much more valuable it is to have that 2 attack sword versus the 1 attack sword. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Alright, so the bubbles can't actually leave the screen. If I were to stand here, it would just come back towards me, which is exactly what I want it to do. There we go. Alright, people grab the life. I don't know if it's because I grabbed the life or if it's every time you level up. Your XP bar increases, or your HP recovers. Alright. So I was showing you before. Stab the statue specifically. Alright, make sure that fast one stays out the screen. So that in the event you can, you know, get a magic bottle like we did from there. Although I want to always be a magic bottle. I can't remember if you can get any P-bags from stabbing the statues, but I know sometimes they will be brainwashed with me. Dark nuts. That's what those enemies are called. I believe they're dark nuts. Oh my goodness. There we go. Ooh. Oh. Please don't jump on me. Cool. Free magic. Alright, then here we got tiles that just fall out beneath you as you run across them. Yes, take the magic, because it's cheap right now. Could you not try and go for me, Zools? So if you're having trouble with the game, you could go out and try and do some level ups. And try and make things a little easier for you. Alright, also I can come here now and see shield went from costing 32 to 24. Can you use a jump for me? Thank you. Ow. Cool. That's an outrageous amount of XP for right now. I'm gonna use the shield spell. Because I know I'm going to fight this guy. Now you can try and get good at figuring out if he's gonna attack up or down. And if you need to block up or down. I'm gonna try. There we go. 4 away. And here's our candle. Every dungeon should have at least one dungeon item, just like in Zelda 1. Which is good. Ow. Ow. I'm close to dying. I have... Oh, yeah, sure, just grab the magic. Wasn't specifically part of my plan, but sure, just grab the magic. It's not gonna matter at this point. Alright, yeah. No, because the bubbles won't go off screen. That is really weird. You could, in theory, stand one spot and just make sure they stay on the screen to fight them. The fast one, however, I want to do my best to try. Nope, didn't work. Try and make sure it goes off the screen as I was going to say. Ow. Can we gain? Okay, nope. That's not good. It comes down the center, I'm screwed. Okay, woo. I'm just gonna make it back over to the ferry. Just stand here and kill the bubble to make sure it can't hurt me. It might be a bad plan. I'm probably better off just ignoring it as I can move through it right now while it's incapacitated, but I'm gonna defeat it just to make sure it goes down. Also, I'd like to grab experience here early on when level ups are cheap. It'll make more sense as we get further into the game, but right now when I can get cheap experience, now's a good time for me to be trying to do stuff. Okay. I believe there is another Darknet down here, so shield. Now there's a second strategy for doing Darknets, which is just jump and then stab. Because you need to aim for the eye part there, and as you can see, that worked much better for me. Alright, cool. 164. That's not fair. I was stuck in the key, or the door opening animation. I couldn't actually attack you. Well, there's 50. Oh. Ow, what? I'm gonna back up. Give myself more room to jump upwards. I screwed up the timing on that. Holy cow, I screwed up the timing on that.
Oh man, I'm done.
Got one more life? Okay. This might go poorly for me. Alright. Start, because I gotta pull this up at least once before I can cast magic. Maybe I should just stay underneath there. That did much better when I had. I mean, if I'm just jumping. Oh my goodness. That is awful. I would have much preferred to get the experience from that guy. Okay. Unless there's a boss, so we're gonna cast our shield magic again. Alright, now this guy here you have to stab in like the top of the ears, and you want to get a running jab at him, because you need to both be high and like very much overlapping with his hitbox. If you're too far away, even if your sword in theory would line up with where it is and you think it'd hit, or if you're too low and you like stab him in the snout, it still wouldn't work. And then he gives me 50 experience points. That is not a very high amount. I'm gonna go back and see if I can't get last 136 XP that I'm missing. Unfortunately, I think the easiest enemy with that experience points on would be, I suppose technically the easiest to get on would be the Zools that are just on the floor. But the fastest way to get it would be from the bubbles. And that means I'd have to defeat at least 3 of them. Ow. Alright, that's fine. Come at me. Come at me, thing. Dang it, I missed. I don't want to go put Jack too far to the left, because if I go too far left, the Zool will respawn. And trying to deal with the Zool and the bubble at the same time, it's going to bend the butt. I don't think the bubble would respawn though. Suppose I can find out after I defeat Bubble here. Come on, just go down, Bubble. Just go down. You go down and help me out a lot. I want to show off a thing, and defeating you is the best way to do that.
Alright, that's one of you down.
It did respawn, that's not great. Now I have to just bank on the Zool not trying to come and defeat me. And I should be fine. If I didn't have to keep moving back over, because the
Enemy slowly pushes me away as I stab it to make sure I can't just stun lock it in place forever. I'd be good, but because eventually I'll move far enough away that I'm no longer actually hitting it, and it'll start moving again.
well, it's very likely to do damage to me from there. I didn't respond this time. No? Okay, good. Oh, alright, now come back. And I could just go through and defeat that guy, like, if he gave me 30 or 3, 10 more times, if he gave me 2, 15 more times.
That might actually be slightly faster than trying to take out this bubble. But I want to take out the bubble right now to maximize for my reward from this dungeon.
You can do it, right? You can take out the bubble. Come on, we're almost there. There we go.
And I'm going to grab me my life.
The reason why I did that will become apparent when we get to the end of the dungeon again. I'm gonna head back there now. But yeah, every boss drops you a key when you defeat it, and the key is used on the door immediately after the boss.
To get to,
I don't actually know the name of the room, but as I was telling us earlier, we had to put crystals inside all of the palaces. That'll be the crystal room, I guess. The best word for it. Also, there's these curtains hanging down up here. I'll let you know this is the boss room. But yep, we come here to this platform and put the crystal into the palace. It will refill our magic and our health, and also give us enough XP to get up to the next level. So I went off and get the extra 140 XP there, so I get the 500 XP here to boost my attack one more stage. And then, I believe at the end of every dungeon... Ooh! A fairy. Every now and then you can run into a fairy on the overworld screen instead of an enemy. So it works just like the fairy did in the dungeon.
Heals your bag up to full. Now with our candle, you can see
everything inside of here, like what the enemies look like, where they actually are. Alright, oh yeah, that's the thing. There's usually an enemy.
Or an enemy.
A way out at the end of every dungeon, just so you can get back to the level real fast. As you can see, I keep running into enemies on the path, because the path is safe. And the enemies have a certain amount of time between when they can spawn. And so if you run into a path, you get the longest amount of time between things. And now with our attack up even higher, we can one-shot these enemies here. You gotta duck. If I don't duck, they will... shoot me in the shin. These should be Actorocks, if I remember correctly. This is a magic bottle. Potion or something, I don't remember the actual in-game term for it. So the game doesn't kind of tell you that at all. But that's just the magic version of the heart container. It just gives you an entire another square of magic. So if you want to go through the game, you want to get those to help you out. Just to make sure you have as much magic as possible. Couple that with level ups, and eventually you'll be much more difficult to kill or have much more. Alright, so there that Garai was different colored. It's actually more powerful than the other Garai we fought earlier. That there was the trophy. Oh, Bat, why are you there? Now you're gonna run into a situation where you get enemies right next to edges here. And if they run into you, there's a possibility they'll knock you back into the pits, whether it be lava or water. You will just fall into it and sink to your doom. And you don't want to do that. Sinking to your doom is bad, as it'll cause you to lose a life. And we are currently on our last one. Alright, also your items will show up in here, so like you can see we have the candle. I assume that is in case you play through the game again later on, and just, or you know, leave the game sit for a while, you can be like, what items do I have? And also, our crystals drop from 6 to 5. So, only 5 more, oh, lady, please heal me. Only 5 more dungeons to deal with. Oh, then we got this lady here now.
Stop and rest here.
This lady here?
I can give you magic.
I thought she was done. She was not. She will refill your magic meter. Hello lady, please talk to me again real fast. So I can get the rest of your text.
Come back anytime.
Okay, well I did in fact come back anytime. And so because we got her the trophy. You saved the trophy! Come see my uncle. She'll tell us to go inside her house. From here we can then go and find the magic man of this town.
There's this gentleman over here. With that, you can jump very high.
And jump takes 32 magic, so jump is even more expensive. I can't talk to you, okay. So, this is how I would jump. Without the jump spell. This is how I would jump with the jump spell. twice as high. We can now jump. I don't know, let's say this guy's 5 feet tall. Everything's 5 feet tall. So having a high 5 foot vert, we now have like a 10 foot vertical, which is outrageous. We can also have multiple spells active at the same time. I'm not sure how often that is actually useful, but it is a thing that we can do. We just now need to go back to the right and get our magic refilled. Oh. Alright, let's leave the town. Here, this is Rudo. I checked that one already. And as the game told us, go south here. Just this cave down here. Now we can see what's going on inside of here. Alright, we're gonna leave. And I'm gonna end the episode here. You can also pause on the screen here. It stops the music, I guess, to let you know that the game is paused. But I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and you have yourselves a good day.